evening, everybody, and welcome to Everything Vaguely Paranormal. I'm Shelley Pruitt, and my partners in the paranormal, Mr. Blake Smith and Mr. Ryan Roberts. Hi, gentlemen.
What's up?
What up?
I'm excited. Phenomicon going on this week. All kinds of fun things that we're going to be getting to do. And but that doesn't mean that we didn't squeeze in time for our special guests today. We were so happy that they were able to join us. And we got to meet these nice people at Broadhead Manor when we went up for Paranormal Rockdown.
Yeah.
And so cool. We might have even gotten to spend the night in the same room. Don't think dirty people. It wasn't like that. So, you guys, I want to introduce to you tonight our very special guest, David Childers, who is a paranormal investigator. He's been seen on multiple paranormal television shows on Travel Channel, Discovery, Oxygen, Sci-Fi, CTV Canada. You name the channel, he's been on it. And then we also have the beautiful Alaura Hewey, who is with Déjà Vu Paranormal. And she is also a paranormal investigator and a medium, you guys. Maybe able to get some questions answered here. She's also with Blackcraft Media and part of Blackcraft Cult. They assist on their investigations and with their clothing line. So I'm really excited to talk to them. They were a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and bring on Alaura Hewey and David Childers.
What's up?
Hey.
Hi, you guys. Welcome, welcome. How are you today?
Doing fantastic. Good.
Well, I can't wait because we got to meet you guys at Broadhead, and y'all were just the nicest people. We got to sit down. David actually educated me on something about EVPs, something that I had never heard before. And so I got to learn a little something. And I guess first and foremost, tell us a little bit about you guys.
You go first. Oh, yeah. So we do investigations, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in, well, anyway, been in the field for 20 some odd years. She's been doing it for like 15 some odd years. Yeah, 15 years, something like that. Just regular people.
Yeah.
Go out, have fun, investigate, go to these conventions, speak. And
meet a lot of great people like you guys.
And learn like different cool techniques and stuff from them, like we all should.
Share all of our experiences.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree that you should always be learning whenever you go and get the chance to interact with other paranormal investigators. And David, you taught me something right off the bat. We were sitting there talking, and you started telling me, well, actually, you asked me if I knew what an R EVP was.
Yeah, class R.
And I did not. Do you want? And I bet, guys, have you ever heard of the R EVP?
I was not a part of this conversation, so I'm fascinated right now.
Yeah,
because I haven't heard of it either.
So, David, why don't you enlighten them? Because I was fascinated. I never even considered this. So, a Class R EVP.
Yeah, because you got Class A, Class B, Class C, and Class R. Basically, Class R is whenever say if you get an EVP and you can't understand what it's saying, like it's in a different language or something like that, play it backwards and see if you can get it backwards. It's a reverse. Class R is reverse EVP.
Oh, okay.
I had never thought about that. I didn't even know that existed. And that was something that David imparted that knowledge to me. And now I want to go back and listen to every EVP backwards. What's the best way to do that, David?
I don't know. It's been years since I've done it. I mean, this 20-something years ago. Class R. Oh, my God, cats.
Is that your crazy cat Cheeto still being a terrorist?
Yeah, he's going after my other cat, Tits.
Oh, okay.
So you said you've been doing it for 20 and she's been doing it for 15. How did your paths cross exactly?
I think we met online originally. We were friends. We kind of did a couple events together and then just happened to hang out and became a couple.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we investigate, the chemistry between us when we investigate is insane. Like I feel like we get more evidence working together than individually. It's kind of weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we just add our energies together and I don't know.
We totally understand that because we tell everybody all the time, we have no idea how we do what we do and how it works. Well, I mean, we know what we do, but we have no idea how it works, but it just works.
And we hope we never figure it out because we'll screw it up if we do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be in the back of your head. And
but
you're overthinking.
It is true. It seems like chemistry. If you have chemistry with the person you're investigating with, you just have such a better investigation. I don't know why, But
So what's one of y'all's favorite techniques to use as a couple?
Oh, we use all kinds of techniques.
yeah.
What is something that yields you the most evidence? Did you seem to get the best responses? Like, do you, Laura, do you do some mediumship and David asking the questions? Does that seem to get really good responses?
So a lot of times when, like, so with my mediumship, a lot of times I will kind of like, when I lay in bed at night, I kind of, if I know I'm going to a location, I try to call the area in. And for some reason that night I will have dreams. And as soon as I get up, I write everything down that I remember from my dream. And it's insane. I'll go to the location, and when they're giving us our tour and giving us the history of the place, it almost reads like a book of the different, like it, I don't know how it works, but it literally like right down to like names and stuff. And then when we go into the investigation, I try not to say anything to him about them because he has abilities too. And when we go into the investigation, he likes certain techniques that I like, that I don't like. And he like, you know, like he doesn't necessarily believe in my spirit box. I use a Panda box from John Mallory. He doesn't believe it. Some of the evidence that I've gotten with the Panda box is undeniable. It's insane. And he still doesn't believe it. He's like, radio stations. I'm like, but it's not, because he likes to use white noise. And we argue a lot about this because I like to use the Panda box, which I put it in a Faraday bag so there's no radio stations kind of contaminating any of the words coming through. Mm-hmm. And he uses white noise, brown noise. He uses the shepherd's tone, you know, to get EVPs and stuff like that. And we argue all the, it's an ongoing argument between the actually last night we had an argument about it. How it works, you know. So, you know, we like to use the human pendulum. We like multiple people. We've talked about, you know, blindfolding and, you know, putting earmuffs on so they can't hear the questions to see if they go back and forth.
That's the same way we do it as well when we do human pendulum.
Because if you hear the question, it makes it less believable. You know, we want them to not know what we're asking and have multiple people to kind of collaborate the answers to see if they do meet up.
We use we just got that Parabot that Bill brought to our attention.
Bill brought to our attention this robot that follows.
It's got our motion sensor.
Yes.
And you just put in a certain mode and it just sits there. But the theory is that if spirit walks in front of it, it could follow spirit around.
Yeah, you can make the robot follow you.
Turn and all that.
So we're kind of playing around with that. We're working with it. We're trying to figure it out. We brought it to the SK mansion and this robot just was walking all over the place. And we're like, what is it doing? So we were like, we don't know if it's following something. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I want one of those.
Yeah, it's really cool. Spirit Shack.
Shack. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Don't sell out. Everybody, don't go buy one before I get one. Okay?
Let Shelly get her hands on it first.
Yeah, it's over in the UK.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Got it.
It was a toy that they sold in stores.
Can you imagine though, like you're just, I don't know, laying in bed, you know, you just get back from an investigation, all of a sudden that thing just starts walking out of the room. You're like, oh, fuck no.
You're like, turn it off.
Yeah, right. Turn off.
So, David, we know you are a skeptic, and you make no bones about the fact that you are a skeptic and a debunker. And it's got to be pretty incredible for you to call paranormal. Mm-hmm. So now I got to ask, what have you called paranormal on? What is the thing that's happened to you that you cannot explain?
Oh God, we were at the Oliver house in Mass, and we weren't investigating. It was during the daytime. There was another investigator there that was holding an event, and the caretaker just invited me to come out, you know, be a guest there, just to hang out and stuff. So me and one of her friends is also a paranormal investigator. It's we're sitting. All right, so we got the kitchen area, and then you got a door, and then you got the living room. All right. Okay. My back is up against the door frame. I'm facing him, and his back's up against the other side of the door frame. He's facing me. And we're just sitting here talking. Nobody in the house. Everybody went outside to take their little breaks and stuff. And like I said, this is daytime. And we're just sitting here talking. Next thing you know, in my left ear, I hear a woman's raspy voice right here in my ear.
Oh, shit.
What are you doing here? I mean, it was loud and clear. And I mean, during that time, my brain is like waiting on like hot air and spit to hit my face. That's how close it was. And I stopped talking. I looked at him. I was like, did you hear that? And he looked at me and was like, yeah, it was in my right ear. It sounded like a woman screaming. And it was in my left ear.
Yeah.
We're facing each other. So his right ear would have been on the same side as my left ear.
Your left, yeah.
And I explained to him. He was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I thought somebody just walked up to me and just screamed in my ear. We walked around that whole house for an hour trying to figure out what the hell happened. How did that happen? It was a disembodied voice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was the clearest, loudest disembodied voice. I mean, she was right here in my ear and right there in his right ear. So, 100%.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Was that the first disembodied voice you'd ever heard?
Oh no.
It was just one that got too
shit.
close to you.
Yeah, one that I know for a fact it was a disembodied voice, and nobody was there except for me and him. And it was daylight, and I mean, I could see the full kitchen. He could see the full living room. I could see the full, vice versa. So, could not debunk it. It was crazy as hell.
Man,
And by the way,
go ahead.
later on, I think it was about a couple of months after that, she actually sent me a video. She caught the woman's voice. Nobody there. Nobody there.
Ooh.
Something set the motion sensor off the camera, and she caught the woman talking, and it was a raspy voice.
What the hell?
And that threw you right back into that moment of freak out, didn't it?
Yeah, I was like, that's her. That is her. 100%.
I know, man. That'll make you shit your britches if you ain't careful. But I know that you are. So since you're a skeptic, I know you probably take a more scientific approach to everything, and you've been doing it for so long. If these things do not have vocal cords in order to let us hear them, how do you think they're manipulating the air so we can hear what they're saying?
Multiple theories. Multiple. I mean, it could be slipping timeline, different dimension. It's so much. It's so much stuff. I mean, and it could be manifestation. Collection of energy. Even though they don't have vocal cords, they can still manifest to move stuff. They can manifest to supposedly set equipment off. So
they don't have a physical body, but they can move things.
it could be a certain level of manifestation, just like full body apparitions, shadow people. Like I believe it's a certain level of manifestation. It's what they're able to do. Like shadow people, I believe is easy manifestation. It's real easy for them to do. And then you can move to half body apparitions, let's go to EVPs or DVPs. I'm sorry, DVPs, disembodied voices. DVPs, half body apparitions, and then full body apparitions. So.
Huh.
It's kind of the way I see it too. I think of it as kind of like a scale as well. I think it's all about how much are they able to manifest. I lean more towards the, I guess, convergence or slip in a timeline, or one realm or dimension or whatever you want to call it, overlaying over another one at that given point in time.
Yep, 100%. And I mean, and there's different hauntings too. So you would have to find out what kind of haunting it is, if you're able to, before you're able to go to the next and say, hey, look, how did that happen?
And
it's like you got well, go ahead.
Well, we were saying how like a lot of hauntings you can actually change with interaction. So if you have a residual haunting, you can actually interact with it. And over time, it's going to be like, wait a minute, they can see me, they can hear me. So it's,
Yeah.
Now, Laura, that's interesting. I have actually never considered that you could change a haunting.
Well,
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you ever heard of the stone tape file?
Yeah, stone tape theory. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stone tape theory. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a residual haunt, and then it could get kicked out of that loop and become intelligent.
Like,
well, hell, High Spirits, the 1980 movie High Spirits. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
you know?
If you think about it, all these locations that investigators are going in with their teams over and over and over again, it seems to be they get more activity the more people go there. You know?
Right. So, I mean, do you think you're breaking it out of the loop that it's in, or do you think it almost becomes a thought form entity at that point because, like, you're paying so much attention to it and treating it like an intelligent entity?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say thought form. I would say, well, it could be like that in the beginning. We don't know. I mean, we're all stuck on residual intelligent,
Yeah.
two separate entities. But
Uh-huh.
why couldn't it be both the same?
Mhm.
They're stuck in that loop, that little trauma that they have to go through, whatever, maybe it was something traumatic and they're stuck on that one little routine that they did in the house, and then, but they could snap out of it and, become intelligent. And then you have to go back to that purgatory or whatever, having to relive it over and over again, and you go with thought form. Thought forms is like agregor. Agregor. I'm trying to talk.
You're doing great.
And tulpas. That's
right.
thought forms. Okay, you're going to have one is going to be created by a group of people. They manifest this non-human entity, and the other one is created one single person that manifests as an entity. I mean,
Could be like poltergeist.
well, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
Slender Man. Slender Man is a good example of a
Yeah.
thought form, right?
I don't know if Slender Man would be because it was a fictional character.
Mhm.
But people say they see it now.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah.
could see. Okay, I like that because all
Mine's
right,
powerful.
you go to a haunted house attraction, a true haunted house attraction, for a full month or maybe 2 months. You have all these actors in there and all these people going in and out, all these mixed emotions, crying, screaming, laughing, all this stuff there. Why? That's a group of people. And next thing you know, you go in there, investigate the place, and it has activity because it's thought forms. They manifested
Your
this
fear
non-human.
has created it.
Your fear or all these emotions have created something, a non-human entity, and now it's in that house because people want to see scary stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, that's going to a single person. You can make your own house haunted. You can the old saying, you create your own haunting. That's because you manifest it.
You're pulling it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
It's thought form.
example, Hell House.
Yeah, Hell House.
When we were in Hell House walking by when Angie was picking up
Oh
food.
yeah.
Both of us walked by. We thought Angie yelled like she fell.
Mhm.
We
She
had
was-
just walked by the basement, and what did we hear? It was help me or
Help me, let me out of here.
And we both looked at each other. We're like, what is going on?
And it came from the basement. All right, if you ever watched the Hell House LLC movies, the very first one, you'll see in the basement at the end of it, which has been out for, it's not a spoiler, it's been out for years now. But in the basement, this woman was chained up, pentagram behind her, and she screamed, "Help me, let me out of here." And we heard that, and that's when it flashed back.
We heard
That was in the
scene.
movie.
We actually heard the scene.
In the movie.
Huh.
Exactly.
We were like, what?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody was down there.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. So that could have been, how many times I'm sure they had to reenact
tape.
that.
Right.
tape.
Right.
And plus I'm sure they use it at the haunted house attraction whenever the haunted house is open. It just left the imprint, left his fingerprint right there and
Mhm.
manifested.
Wow.
And
That's
how
a-
it replays.
That's a very interesting example of this. What y'all just said about the residual becoming intelligent,
Mhm.
and wow.
So,
Pretty
Laura, I
powerful.
got a question. So in taking and running that same, if it is something that is created there that's left its imprint that now has become intelligent, is that something that as a medium you can still communicate with, or is that something that because it wasn't ever actually human, is that more difficult?
So when you kind of call into a location and see stuff that's going on, you'll see living humans, like stuff that's happened in the place too. You don't only just see the spirits. So yeah, you can see, I could see them in the basement going, help me, if it's something that's happened in the location. You know what I mean? Not necessarily, it could just be something like they were filming there. It flashes of stuff that you're going to see. So it's like you got to kind of sift through everything that you're, the things that you're getting, because it's it's not always the haunting. It's traumatic experiences at the house and in situations like that. So, and I myself am delving deep into the fact that I don't believe spirits know that each other exist in locations. And I think it has to do with timing. Timing when they passed away. If they didn't exist before the spirit, so say there's a spirit from the 1800s at a location.
Right.
And somebody from the 60s ends up being a spirit at this location. I don't believe that the 1800 spirit is going to know that the one that's from the 60s is there, or 70s. but I believe the one from the 60s and 70s knows that the other one's there. For example, I was at Conjuring House, and I asked on the piano box, I said, how many spirits are here? Can you give me a number? And you hear there's 7. But then right after that, you hear and me, and me, and me 3 times, which was interesting because, the whole story with the Conjuring House, the daughter had said that a spirit had told her there's 7 buried in the wall, 7 soldiers. So when we got there's 7, and then you hear and me, and me, and me, I believe that they know that the other one exists, but the one from the past doesn't know the new one exists. So I've been trying to work with the spirit box, trying to figure out if the spirits actually know that they're there, know each other's actually there, and can communicate with each other. It's a timeline thing. So that timeline didn't exist in their time. So, I'm trying to figure out like if they actually can communicate with each other, interact with each other. That's my in-depth investigation that I'm trying to.
What an interesting concept.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. That's very interesting because I always think of like once you pass on that your spirit, it gets to see everybody. You know, that even if they died prior to your timeline, if it's a relative or something. But you're saying that if they didn't know them perhaps in real life or didn't exist in the same timeline, that they don't. That's interesting. I've never even thought about that, and I thought it was like one big, ghosting, and everybody's like, "Hey, you're here," and you make new friends.
Yeah.
But you're saying that you don't think they actually. That's very interesting. That actually would explain a lot of answers, like you said, that you get on the spirit box, because we've asked how many people, just like you have, are here, and we've gotten 3, and then they come back and they go 6. And one of them will go 4. And you're going, wait a minute, are you just calling numbers? Or and that actually would make sense as far as that goes.
Yeah.
You just messed up my head, Alaura.
I know.
It's all those timelines. It's like, if this timeline didn't exist at this time, can a spirit from this timeline see that timeline? I don't think they can.
Well, it's also could be you look at this way. You can look at it this way with leftover energy. All right. Let's go to the timeline. Say somebody dies in a car wreck. Okay.
Right.
They skip and they go to the next timeline and keep on finishing that life. And that timeline, they're passed away.
Yeah. So
the next one they keep on going.
Okay, so you got to explain that theory. So how many times in your
string theory, right?
Yeah. So how many times in your life have you said, "Wow, that was a close call"?
Lots.
What if in that timeline you passed away? So everybody in your timeline thinks that you're deceased, but you move on, but your energy is still going in the new timeline where you didn't pass away. So how do we know that we're not? So nobody really knows what's at the end,
Right.
So what if we just keep going on and we think we're still living
until we die of old age? And actually,
but even old age, you could, when you pass on, you might not even know.
That's whenever reincarnation comes around.
Yeah.
It's like a never-ending circle of life.
So we could be leaving our timeline and going to a new timeline where we still exist, where the past people that are in your timeline think you're deceased.
And we could also be still connected to that past timeline as well, too. That's where, oh my God, that's where, get deep into it now.
That's okay. Let's go. I'm here for it.
All right. So, all right, let's hold that subject right there. Okay. Now, last year I went, also doppelgangers. That could be a part of it too. But last year I stopped by a convenience store. I got me a skull cap, put it, because it was cold out, and went to work. About 2 months later, it was a black skull cap. 2 months later, I go and I sit. I've already finished 2 service calls. I sit in my company vehicle. I reach over to go get my skull cap and put it on. I grab it, and it's got a tag on it. I'm like, what the hell? Why does this have a tag on it? I know this tag. I took it off.
Right.
I've been wearing it every day for 2 months, basically, at work. And I just happened to open my backpack up a little more, and there's the other one, the one I've been wearing. Where the fuck did this thing come from? With a brand new skull cap with a tag on it that wasn't in there in my bag this morning. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually took a picture of it. It was weird. Now there was another time.
It was a short distance between that happening.
Yeah.
We had another incident happen.
All right. Whenever I first moved in here, I bought an iron. Went to Walmart, I bought an iron, right? It was a green and white iron, cheap iron. Well, I rarely iron stuff, but I needed it for one thing. I think it was a wedding or something like that. So I get it, I use it, and I wrap it up. I put it, I put it in the bottom of my cabinet, in my closet. I've never used it. And it was months after that go by. I just happened to go look above my kitchen sink, and I got 2 doors there where I keep, my bills and shit like that. And I open it up, and I look, and I see this iron up there, wrapped up, never been used, still got
Was it in the box?
No, it wasn't in the box. Still got the twist tie around the cord and stuff like that. Because as soon as you take that off, it's gone. You never put it in.
Right.
Well, I stopped and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Hell no. I remember that other iron is in my closet with the ironing board.
And you used it.
Yeah, and I go in there and I'll be damned. By the ironing board, there's that one iron. And a brand new iron, the same model, brand, everything is up there above the sink in the back of the cabinet. How did that happen? It just appeared just like that. It's like, so did my timeline sort of double over each other, type thing? I don't know. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's weird.
Man,
It's weird
that is very strange.
I will never, ever, ever forget.
You've been having stuff
So-
happen in your place.
Oh God, yeah, and yeah, it was so weird.
So let's just point out that he took a mask off the wall to put my scrying mirror on the wall, so it didn't get broken. So he took this mask off that supposedly has energy somebody sent to him.
Yeah, I was going to give it to John Zaffis whenever I saw him,
Yeah.
and because I got too much shit. Well, sitting here, and she has her vape juice. All right, I cleaned up the house months ago, and her vape juice was over on the floor, just sitting there because she can just reach over and get it and fill with stuff. So I got it and I put it on my shelf. I have a dirt shelf. Basically, it had all the haunted places that I go. I have basement dirt in jars. And I put all 3 vape juices on top. So I'm sitting here the other night, it was last week, and I hear something fall on the floor, something plastic fall on the floor in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, Cheeto, what the hell did you knock off now?
Right, you're blaming the cat. Right, poor cat.
Cheeto, you see him get behind here, makes his little hammock.
Yeah.
I look over and he's behind here sleeping. And I'm like, I know Tits didn't knock it off, so I knocked something off. So I get up, I walk in there, and I look on the floor, and her vape juice is sitting laying on the floor like it was knocked over in the middle of the kitchen. And I walk in the bathroom, and Tits is sitting on the toilet looking out the window. I was like, how the hell did this fall off? And I was like, wait a minute, no. This son of a bitch was in the living room on the dirt shelf. How did it get from there all the way in there? And I'm sitting here watching. I could look and see my kitchen right here. I would have seen something like fly or whatever in the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
Right.
On the other side of the stove. So it's like,
It's almost like it fell out of the air.
yeah, it just appeared. It was here, and then it ended up being in there. It's so freaking strange.
And then,
and I'm glad she witnessed this.
so then I have a feeling it's my stuff that it's messing with, because my scrying mirror got put on the wall in its place. So I go outside to where our porch is, and I always put my shoes there. And I look down, I'm like, where are my flip-flops? I'm like, my shoes aren't here. I only have usually one pair of shoes out there. And I'm like, that's so freaking weird. Where is my flip-flops? It was driving me crazy. So I ran to my car. I had another pair of sneakers in there, grabbed them. And then the next day I was like, where are my flip-flops? I move a bag and open my paranormal case. My flip-flops, both of them are in my paranormal case.
They were on that chest drawer out there.
And I'm like,
she took them.
How
took them
did
off.
my shoes get into my paranormal case? I have no idea.
There was something else, wasn't it?
So another thing. This is crazy. So right before our cat got fixed, David had took the water up. The water, it's like a water,
it's the cheap water things
with
bowls.
a filter in it.
Yeah.
It's got the thing that you screw off. And
I got up in the morning and I was like, why did he pick his water up? I'm like, that he needed water before surgery.
Well,
so wait, hold on. So there's this little filter in the top of it, and I was struggling that morning to get the filter in. Every time I turned it over, it fell out, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm gonna get this thing to stay in there. And I put the cover on and I put it there. a week later.
Yeah, it was about a week later. I was in there in the kitchen. Yeah, I've cleaned the kitchen up and all that.
This is a week later, so he's cleaned the counter off.
Everything's clean in there. And she just got here. She was sitting on the couch, and I went in there. I think I went in there to do something, and I look on the sink next to the water faucet, and there's this little white. It's like square white squishy thing.
And he never does the water. I'm the only one that does it.
And I grabbed it, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I walked in here. I was like, "What the hell is this?" She was like, "That's a filter for the water thing."
I was like, I know I put that in.
I was like, "What?" Well, it was sitting beside the water faucet. I didn't even know that damn thing had a filter, But she jumped up. She was like, "Oh hell no!"
I took it apart, and I'm like, "Is that an extra?"
And the filter was missing,
and it was gone. It had come out of the water.
What the hell?
Oh.
I don't know. Those three things totally blew my mind.
I was like, it's all three things.
I've never witnessed any
that relate to me. My vape juice. I fought with the filter in the morning. My flip flops, and I was like, put that damn freaking mask back up, please. Take my stride mirror down.
I told her no. I want to see some more craziness.
I will. As long as it's only messing with her, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will debunk it. I will, but I don't. I just don't see how.
Yeah.
Right.
So are you attributing all of that to the energy that's with the mask, or
that she is?
I don't know. The only thing that's changed is he took, because I noticed, I was like, "Why'd you put my scrying mirror?" And he's like, "I don't want it to get broken." So he took the mask down, and I'm like,
"Gotcha. Okay.
Is that a great idea?"
Had you worked on a case where things were reporting like that maybe at some point in the past, and maybe something's coming along with you and dropping stuff off for y'all too?
That's what I'm thinking with the timeline. Maybe something's overlapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing that kept going through my head when y'all were explaining all those is like, could this be the definition of we are haunting ourselves?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The flip
the flip. I mean, if everything is attributed to something, she's doing. Wow.
I don't know. It's weird. My cottage is haunted. I know that for a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I have to tell you a situation. It wasn't with me, but my daughter-in-law. So my son and her were sleeping in bed. My son has really bad. He has a throat deformity, so he has really bad sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets up in the morning and she's like, "Mom, I got to tell you something." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "We had an incident last night." I go, "What happened?" She goes, "I was laying in bed. I was rolled the other way, and something woke me up and said, 'Roll over.'" Noah, that's my son's name. She rolled over. My son was choking. His face was purple, and he was laying in bed choking. And she jiggled him, and all of a sudden he woke up. He ended up throwing up because it was so bad. But something had told her in my house, and I live in an 1800s farmhouse, which off the charts activity.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't investigate it because I don't want to let it know. I can talk to it. I'm like, no, we're good. It's woken me up multiple times, but something woke her up that my son was choking. So literally something saved my son's life last week.
Wow.
Did you say thank you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you just walk in and say thank you?
Absolutely. Yeah. But she rolled over. She said he was purple. And you could tell he was sleeping, but he was choking on something. And his throat closes easily because it's just a deformity in the back of his throat. So, yeah.
See, I personally attribute moments like that to our guides or guardians or spirit guides, guard, because obviously not to that extent of a level that detrimental to someone's health, but I experienced that, Shelly, 2 weeks ago when we were together at Old Park. Whenever my alarm was going off, and I guess I was sleeping through it, I have no idea, but I heard a woman, she goes, "Blake, your alarm's going off."
Yeah, because you asked me if you're like, "Did you tell me my alarm was going off?" I'm like, "No, I was up doing something else. I didn't even notice your alarm."
You were not up doing anything else because I turned off my alarm and I rolled over and I just hear Shelly in the bed next to me going.
I was snoring. Never mind.
And I was like,
I slept through it, and that's rare for me
wasn't
too.
her.
That's rare for me too, because I'm normally a very light sleeper.
And when you're in those sleep moments, this is kind of my belief. When you're in those moments of sleep, you yourself are within these worlds,
right?
So you're a little bit more susceptible to it.
Which kind of brings me back to another question you were talking about, how when you are going to another location, you travel to it in your dreams. Do you feel like you actively do that, or you feel like you're just pulled as you fall into?
So the way I feel, so this is how it always happens. Like I always kind of think about the location really deeply. I don't do any research on it prior to it. And as I go to sleep, I almost feel like I'm floating, and I'm like floating around the property, and you're seeing things, and sometimes it doesn't really resonate with exact incidences. For example, like Hinsdale House, 2 years. This was a situation where I had never called in the location ever. I just had this weird dream, and I was like, okay, I'm writing this down because this is relevant. And I told my friend right when I got up that next day, I was like, I called her. I said, I had this really weird dream. This is what happened. So I saw rings spinning on the ceiling. It was like these like rings just spinning, interacting in between each other. And then I saw a man walking through a field in a raincoat. It was raining with a shotgun. I saw a half-bodied woman over a pond. I saw an orange cat run through the yard. I heard 2 shots. So it was like, in 2 horses in the field. It was just really vivid. So I wrote it down, told all my friends about it. We go to Hinsdale House, and Daniel's telling us everything that's happening. And I'm like, we pull up to the house, and instantly I said to my friend Lexi, I said, this has been in my dream. This house has been in my dream. He starts telling us that this little boy had died in the barn because a saw blade had come off and hit him in the head, the spinning rings. And then there was a barn, the barn was there, and it was a horse field. And then, later on in the story, he was telling us how 2 brothers lived in the house. They went out hunting, and the other brother shot the other brother right on the side of the field. They had caught photos of an orange cat. Like,
everything is lining up.
Everything,
everything he was saying. Oh, and they also have the half-bodied apparitions of the couple over the pond, in a white shirt. Exactly what I wrote: white shirt, half-body apparition of a woman. Like, I would like my friend Lexi looked at me, and her jaw was just like. And I hadn't even 2 years prior to that, hadn't even thought about going to Hinsdale, and that house keeps calling me back. And every time I go, something like the last time I went, he had to do a cleansing on me so we went to investigate. We were going to film a YouTube video. I slept the whole entire time. I went into the B room, and I did some kind of connecting on the bed. And I got up, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I'm like, it's too heavy. I have to go downstairs. Sat on the couch, and I'm just going to lay down for a minute. I fell asleep. I have video of all my friends screaming in my ear. They can't wake me up. The whole investigation was lost because I wouldn't wake up.
Oh, shit.
They were ready to call an ambulance because they could not get me up. And I was just dead asleep.
Just old age.
Stop it. So then we leave the location, and I just felt weird. I was just like, I feel depressed. I'm like and I also, another time we went there, I was yelling at my friends, yelling. And I'm a pretty calm person. I never get upset, really. I mean, stop it.
Except at right.
So I was waiting for the look.
I was yelling at my friends, being rude. And I was and as we drove further away, I felt a little bit better. But the last time I went there, I honestly don't think I'll go there again, because I think there's something there that's affects me bad. He had to do a cleansing on me because I was having suicidal thoughts. And I was like, this is not me. I'm like, something's with me. You have to. And he did the cleansing on me. And it was almost like something just lifted off me. It was like, I felt like I could feel the instant that it happened. Yeah. So.
I mean, do you feel like maybe in a previous timeline you were there?
I think so. Yeah. Because I saw these, and it was weird. This dream was a little bit different. It wasn't like I was floating through the locations like when I try to call into a location. It was like I was there. And I was walking around the property, witnessing all these things that are happening.
I wonder if you astral projected.
I don't know. It's weird.
That's where my brain. That's
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know how they say you don't dream in color? I saw color because I remember seeing the
dream in color
compared to.
Color.
Well, they say you're not supposed to. Your mind perceives the color, but you technically don't dream in color. That's what. They say. But it was like I was there, but I didn't even know where I was. I just saw everything it was happening around me. It was almost like fast forwarding to different things that are happening. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. You said that you felt drained, that you got. Now, I have gone to locations where literally I've been in there for 5 minutes, and I've been so tired, and I've been like, I just need to go take a nap. I need to go lay down. I need to rest, and I have no energy to do anything.
Yeah.
What would you contribute that to? And so it's happened to me several times at one location. The one we just went to, it happened where I literally felt so drained. I went and took a nap in the car. We drove 14 hours to go to this place, and suddenly I get sleepy.
Yeah. So my thought is when you go into these locations, and everybody has mediumship abilities. They just need to enhance them. They need to figure out how to use them. Everybody has a special gift. And I feel like when you go into a location and you feel that, I feel like there's a spirit that's really connecting with you, either past life or some sort of they vibe you, you know, so they're going to pull your energy, or more you look like them, or they can relate to you. So they're going to pull your energy to try to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just like humans.
Yeah.
We
energy vampires.
Yeah.
We sit here, we sit here and we connect with somebody because we like their character.
Yeah.
We feel
Same thing.
You know, we feel their soul or whatever, you know, we feel the personality. And that's how you become friends with people, this and that. I mean, we connect like that. I mean, why couldn't spirit do the same thing?
Yeah, it could be a child.
Right.
You remind them of their parent, you know, so they're going to pull from you. They're going to try to get that energy because they want to feel it. They want to feel you, you know, ultimately.
That sounds dirty.
Nasty. Oh, did you say?
I'm with you, David. I got you.
Did you beat me to it?
I think it has to do a lot with I lean hard into frequencies, and so I think it has a lot to do with when you say they vibe with you, that you're on the same frequency,
Right?
Because I think that's why I say it all the time. I think that's why some people see shadow figures, some people don't. Some people hear things, some people don't. It's what are you attuned to? Where's your frequency at? And I think that shared frequency also is what they can pull from you to drain you.
Yeah. The whole soul frequency, you know, everybody's soul has a certain frequency, you know. Once you recognize your frequency, it makes it a lot easier to talk to your spirit guides, because you try to vibe to that frequency, and that's when you can hear things and see things.
So Shelley, whenever you're getting drained, just change the channel.
I'm not sure I know where the remote is for that thing, but I'll look for it. So, David, Alaura mentioned that you have abilities. What, if you care to share, what abilities do you, or are you gifted with?
I really don't put it out there, you know, but yeah, I mean, over the years I've acquired them. I've always had them, but ever since I moved up here, I had a sort of a emotional traumatic experience, and then after that it was like bam, everything was just flowing, right? So yeah, I mean, I could sit here and close my eyes and see like bold-faced, like a full sentence. Say if somebody asks a question at an investigation, my eyes are closed and I see the full sentence go across, and next thing you know, it shows up. I mean, it shows up like it comes out of a spirit box or something. I mean, they get an EVP, and I've already seen it. Yeah, I could see spirit, I could see non-human, I could see human, such as damn it, why can't I think today? What the hell? Watch it. You know, just like even thought forms. I mean, I could see the thought forms, you know. So yeah, it's basically I could see the visions and stuff like that, you know. That's through the third eye.
Yeah, nice. And trauma activates it. A lot of people that have abilities have had something traumatic happen to them.
Yeah.
And I think it opens up a different part of your brain.
Do you think it's because you have to be so hyper aware all the time? And that's it. Just okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with you getting kind of the prequel to the story, you actually then go and do the investigation to get the story, and David's seeing at the time what's going on in the story. Maybe that's why you guys work together so much. You kind of know what's coming. He sees it moments before it happens, or interacts with what's actually there that he can see.
Yeah.
You can validate what he's seeing through your mediumship. I think that's why y'all's energy works so well together. You work on multiple frequencies through multiple gifts to validate each other and what you're getting.
Yeah. So we were at SK. So he sees, you know, stuff. And
I saw a dark figure just manifest in the toy room.
So the three of us run to the toy room, and we're standing there.
I got her and Anthony. I was like, "Watch that corner over there. You're going to see a shadow figure. Just watch. It's going to happen here soon." Because I picked up on it, and next thing you know, sound like we got video of it. It sounded like from the second floor. It was a guy. We were like, "What the fuck was that?"
And that is what every paranormal investigator says. What the F was that? What the fuck was that? Right.
So Anthony says, was that what's the guy's name from?
Anthony.
Yeah, from Home Improvement.
10 the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. As soon as it happened,
We
I
pop
say,
out.
"What the fuck?" And I walk out, and they come walking
Right.
behind me, and Marion caught it all on
Yeah.
video. It's on my
Yeah.
page. I mean, I can send it to you. It didn't sound like that. It's at the very beginning, but it didn't. To us, the disembodied voice, the DVP we heard was like a rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
But on there, it sounds like it's actually saying
Saying something.
hi, hello, or something. Like
And the
that.
thing is like when we walked in there, I felt like whatever it was got pissed that we saw it and ran down the stairs. So right when that happened, it was almost like it was like an old guy going, "God damn it," you know, the stairs. And I was like, and it was like it almost followed it right out.
And it's so funny because Marion actually has
Mhm.
video of nobody there at the mansion, and it's so crazy because it's where the video is pointing at the staircase, and you hear like silverware blah, 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 falling down the steps, and then you hear the guy.
Same sound.
It's like, yeah, it was frustrated, and it's the same voice.
You can hear the silverware bouncing off the floor. You can hear the dishes breaking, and there's nobody in
There's
the house.
there's nothing coming down those steps.
Nothing.
It's the craziest thing.
Damn.
So
Wow.
interesting.
You know, it's probably
So-
some man just being like, these goddamn assholes.
Yeah, there were servants there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
These fucking kids, get off my lawn. So David, with you becoming realizing you have abilities and you being a skeptic, do you still like question yourself all the time, or do you still try to like debunk yourself?
Yeah, I do all the time. And the thing is, I tell people all the time, do not second guess yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're seeing something, if you're seeing visions or whatever like that, you act on them. You call it out, get
Yeah.
it documented,
A
and
name,
not
a
second
voice,
guess.
a color,
But
anything you
I
see.
I do it all the time because I'm
Yeah.
used to it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll call it out, but then I'll try to debunk myself.
See, I do that. I do that a lot when I'm doing Estes.
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
only listen to the words I hear. I like to call out if things pop in my head
Yep.
because it could be relevant to a question that they asked.
Me
Yeah.
too. And sometimes whenever I'm done with an Estes, I'll go, I don't know if I heard it or if it just popped into
Yeah.
my head. I just said it. If I feel like I've heard it, whether it's through the box or in my head, I will just say it.
Yep, absolutely.
So so that's the right way to do it, is what you're telling me.
Yep, absolutely.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an Estes method whenever you're doing it, Alaura, that whenever you came out of it, that not only were you kind of stunned at what you got, but also that affected you to the point where you couldn't continue the investigation?
They always affect me. I usually, when I do an Estes, I usually draw myself back for a little bit to get my energy back. Because it does. Because there's been times where I've been in Estes for like 25 minutes straight. Because
That's a long time.
the stuff you're getting. For example, like I was at Wilson Castle.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, oh, I
Yeah.
know. But I don't want to be pulled out. I said, if you're getting stuff, just keep me in there. I'll be fine. So, for example, we were up at the Wilson Castle. And it was Denise, the owner's brother's birthday.
Mhm.
What's her brother's name? Anyway, so I'm, listening and I'm hearing a man saying Vermont birthday. And so I said Vermont birthday. I didn't know it was his birthday that day prior to going to Estes. We found out after. And they were like, oh, so one of the girls that was there knew it was her brother's birthday. I didn't, nobody else knew, but she did. And she's like, oh, I wonder if this is Denise's brother. Is this Denise's brother? And I said a name. Later on that night, or the next day, we're talking to Denise, and I was like, yeah, we think we might have connected with your brother. And I said, I don't know why it said this name. And she's like, that's my brother's middle name.
Oh,
You know
not
what I mean?
only not the easy, just his first name that he might have gone by. He gave you the middle name.
He gave me
That
the
to
middle.
me is some serious confirmation. How
Yeah.
would you know
Yeah.
that?
And then there was a couple other things that were said after that with the questions, and we let them off to Denise, and every single thing that I said was something about her brother.
And
So
you didn't know her brother, never met her brother.
met him. Nope. So it's just sometimes when those type of things happen, like when we're getting answers to every single thing, I'm like, just leave me in. But I usually have to, for half an hour after that, I just sit on the sidelines and I don't do much. I
Yeah.
let him do it.
talking about the sensory deprivation, I had, or Estes, whatever people like to call it. I was at Black Swan Inn in Tilton, New Hampshire, and I was holding an event there, and I'm sitting here. I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. I'll go ahead and I'll do it. See if it works out here. And now, before then, I had one of my friends, Helena King. She's over in the UK, and she was doing a remote viewing. Before then. Basically, I just put my phone up. I called her on Facebook. She did a remote viewing while everybody was there. This and that. It was real cool. She's awesome. And I get off the phone with her, and I'm sitting here and we're going to do some sensory deprivation. I got the earphones on, blindfold, and I'm sitting here. It's about 10 minutes into it, and all I could hear is people in the background screaming like, "Oh wow, oh no!" So obviously, whatever questions they're asking, I'm sitting out whatever answering it for them. During that time, my back is toward an open room, and it was where I think the doctor or whatever, his office. But I'm sitting here, and I get a vision of this tall older man with salt, like pepper hair or whatever.
Salt and pepper hair. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's walking up behind me, and he's got his hands out like he wants to strangle me.
Oh, no.
Shit.
And he's walking up behind me. He's got his hands out, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, yep." There's obviously something behind me. But anyway, I take my earphones off, and the other investigator was like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" I was like, "Hold on 1 second. I just saw this. There was a guy behind me. I explained everything. As soon as I got through explaining, my phone's ringing. Facebook Messenger. It's Helena." And I wasn't going to answer it because we're in the middle of this little event right here. And one of my team members was like, "Just answer it. So I answer it. And Helena, I had put it on speaker, and Helena's like, "David, stop what you're doing right now." I was like, "Why?" Because there is a guy about 6 foot tall. I'm getting choked up about it.
Oh, man.
She's over in the UK. She don't know what's going on. There's a guy about 6 foot tall, salt and pepper hair, and he wants to strangle the shit out of you. And as soon as I said that, 5 people that paid for tickets, they walked out and left. I just explained this, and they know.
Wow.
She didn't know anything about it. Yeah, I mean, she didn't even know shit about the location, and I was like, "Oh, that's good validation." That was,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Not
awesome that he wanted to strangle him, but it's pretty good.
You got instant validation from someone that wasn't even on the same continent as you.
Right, thousands of miles away.
Yep.
Jesus, dude.
So debunk that, David.
I couldn't. Because I saw it, she saw it way over there, and she called me, told me to stop doing. She didn't even know what I was doing. She just said, "Stop doing whatever you're doing."
Okay.
He can't debunk it, Shelley. He didn't question himself. Remember?
No, he does. He said he tells other people not to
No,
question themselves, but he does it all the time.
Yeah.
We all do that. It's so hard. I mean, even as paranormal investigators experience what we experience, to throw that logical side of your brain out. I mean, we have to be like, okay,
I didn't even have a chance to second guess myself.
Yeah.
I explained it. I threw it out there and explained it. She's calling.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I don't have to.
Oh my gosh. That's go ahead, Brian.
I say, so I do have to ask y'all have been so all over the place, been so many places. Is there one place that just terrifies you?
I wouldn't say, Hell House. There was, there are certain things that's happened there that scare the hell out of me. I mean, terrifying. We talked about it the other day, but we're sitting here. We're on the second floor. We got 2 Ouija board sessions going. One of them, people are using planchette. The other one, we just got the planchette just sitting there. I'm in that group. So we're sitting here, and everybody is up there except for Laura. Laura's down there.
Yeah, I'm by myself in the control room monitoring cameras.
Yeah. Well, we're sitting there, and we're asking questions, this and that. And next thing you know, Corey, the cameraman, he's facing us. His back is toward another room, which I think is the body bag room during the haunted house attraction. We hear a disembodied voice of a female saying something. I'm like, what the hell? It was a disembodied voice. And Corey gets freaked out. He's really not paranormal investigator. He's cameraman, you know.
Uh-huh.
He gets freaked out, and I'm like, shit, I heard that too. We all in that room heard that. Well, right after that, it was right after that, we kept on going. It's like 5 minutes. We hear a growl in that same room. And of course, owner Angie's like, it could be a raccoon. I was like, yeah, it could be, but no, that's in that same damn room. That was a growl. Something's pissed. And oh my God, it's like 3 minutes after that, we hear it sounds like a witch cackling in that room.
What?
I'm getting chill bumps. I looked at everybody. I was like, shut it down now. Stop. Stop. And we got it all on audio. It was the craziest thing.
We had reviewed the audio in the dining room. We all went to the dining room and we're all reviewing it. You know, and then we're all like, holy, like it is so clear. And then they also caught at the same time. It sounded like
they were up there setting everything up.
So this little girl going, la, 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 la,
she was sort of.
Hell no!
Oh no!
Yeah, she was humming this song that Angie sings. Got the cast members to sing during the haunted house. It's like Ring Around the Roses.
And we're all like freaked out.
3 minutes of this humming in the background.
What?
3 minutes?
3 minutes. Constant humming while they're sitting and talking and set stuff up. Crazy.
Well, right after that, these guys are, you know, regrouping, going out, deciding to go where they're going to go for their next investigation. And Alan is like, I'll be right back. And I'm in the dining room. I have no phone, nothing. Right now, I'm usually in the control room.
She's never really been through the house.
So it's like a maze. You literally, it's so hard to get through the house.
So they left you to die, basically, with no phone, no nothing. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm sitting there, and Alan's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab something. Well, then they're like, oh, we're going to go film. And he forgot that I was in there and shut the freaking lights off on me. And I'm in this room, one of the most haunted areas of the place. I don't know if it's a spirit that shut the light off. I don't know what's going on.
We were about ready to film.
Oh my God!
For 24 hours
I'm
in
the
hell,
one that shuts
and we
the
cut the lights
off
off to say, "Hey, look, it's time to film."
And I'm usually the one that cuts the lights. I'm the one. So why did they not know that I was not there? I'm literally going like this through the whole house. I'm like, oh my God, where am I? Where am I? It was like the most terrifying thing. You know, as investigators, you don't usually get scared, but it was like.
You weren't expecting it.
It was the most terrifying thing to walk through that place. And when I say dark, there is no windows that don't have curtains or boards over them.
Oh God.
It's dark.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. And you know, it's all still set up like haunted house. So there's shit hanging everywhere.
Oh God, no.
And I'm like, all I'm saying is that hell house, I don't like the kitchen. The kitchen is not a place that I do not go in that kitchen. And I'm like, oh Lord, please don't end up in the kitchen. Please don't end up in the kitchen.
Oh my God, I've got a video that's going to be on one of the episodes where Santiago, y'all know who Santiago Cirillo is from Walking Dead.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Santi, he's part of the 24 Hours in Hell too. We investigate, and I'm in the kitchen area, right? I'm on my blow up mattress, you know, of course, cameras going, this and that, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. I go to bed, finally fall asleep because I'm right next to the damn kitchen. They always put me in the most active areas. I don't know why. I always draw it. I always get the worst spots. Well, I'm sitting here and I wake up in the middle of the night. You know, I had to adjust my shirt and all that stuff. And well, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And Santi just happened to go to the bathroom. And he walked back and he saw I was up and I was sitting here trying to get my stuff, you know, situated where I could lay back down. And he opens up the door. Scared the hell out of me. I mean, I snap back. I fall on the floor.
Flies in the air.
I got video. I'll put it in the little group chat where you can see it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Hilarious. I end up busting my damn elbow open on the radiator. Scared the shit out of me. I mean, that quick.
Damn.
That's what your friends do, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, David and Laura, we've had so much fun with you guys, and we promised we'd keep you right at an hour, and we are right at an hour from our start time. But before we get to where they can find you, where they can come and watch you on the podcast that you're part of, where can they come investigate with you? Where can they find all that information?
Well, you can get on, go to Spotify and find Black Craft Media. That's, you know, Bobby and Jake's thing. Do you believe in ghosts? We just, you know, help out whenever they want us to come and you know, it's location or whatever we've been to, and explain some of the theories and all that stuff. You can look that up. Also, you can go to my Facebook page, David Childers. You can go to Laura
my
Hewey's.
Facebook or Déjà Vu Paranormal's Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Yep.
Yeah, we usually post all of our events on there. We share them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, let us do a little bit of housekeeping real quick, and then we will thank you properly. Blake, why don't you tell them everything they need to know?
All right, bear with us. A few announcements here. First, we want to let y'all know that Tuesday, September the 9th, will be our next live Q&A. It has been a year since we did the last one, so get your questions ready. If you do want to support the show directly, check out our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/EVP Podcast. That's EVP Podcast with 2 Ps. That is just $5 a month, and you'll unlock over 450 Patreon exclusive videos, including the pre and post broadcast, which are the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after this live broadcast. So you get an additional hour with us each week. Make sure you are connected with us. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and many more by searching Everything Vaguely Paranormal, looking for that green sound wave. And remember, you can catch us live every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. We do have a couple of in-person conventions that we'll be at. I'm going to just paraphrase this as we have some guests on. September 3rd to 6th, we will be in Vernal, Utah for Phenomicon 2025. Then September 27th, we'll be in Independence, Missouri at the Masonic Temple with Epic VIP Events LLC with Mysterious Mike and Sam. And then October 18th, we're partnering with the Gray County Historical Museum in Longview, Texas to lead their annual Haunted Walk Downtown. Afterwards, we'll be leading an investigation on the inside of that museum as well. So make sure you subscribe to our Eventbrite page to be notified when public investigation tickets go on sale. And to make it easier, we put all of these in our link tree, which we posted to our Facebook and X profiles Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. We are grateful for your continued support. Every like, comment, share, and download keeps the adventures alive. So if you have a favorite episode, share it with your friends. If you have a story, comment, or question, or you'd like to be a guest on the show or have us as guests on your show, email us at the evppod@gmail.com. That's CHEEVPPOD@gmail.com.
And go like, share, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. And hey, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Give us a like for having David Childers and Alaura Hewey as our guest tonight. Thank you so very much to both of you. We appreciate you being on. Thank you for coming on and sharing your stories with us. Love you guys. And so for me, I'm Shelley Pruitt. My partners in the paranormal, Mr. Blake Smith and Mr. Ryan Roberts. Thank you for joining us tonight on Everything Vaguely Paranormal. And as always, we will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Right.